All right, we might be small in numbers today, but Morgan got us rounded up, and we're going to do a podcast, try to recap some things that happened.
So we are back, and we want to thank everyone for being patient. I've had so many requests for a new podcast episode, but we have been trying our hardest to get into this new lodge and have every client this year be able to enjoy it. We've started from the ground up in just a little over 30 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a full team effort. People that aren't in our team came and helped on trying to get this lodge under roof, and it actually, from the time we started, I didn't think it was even possible. I figured I'd work every day until I couldn't work no more, and if we made it, we made it, and if not, and still down to the last week, I didn't think we were going to make it in, and freaking here we are.
Here we are.
Yep.
Guides turned carpenters and
Yep.
insulators and packing wood and cleaning up and
Holding the tape measure and getting yelled at.
Yep. You got guys that don't want to work regular jobs, working a regular construction job all summer. So
We need to be in the woods and not in regular society. Plain and simple.
yeah, there's a reason why these guys are guides.
everyone could see kind of what this lodge is hopefully going to bring. We have big plans for it. We all pulled together and somehow made it happen. So we are excited for all of our future clients to see everything. So spring bear was a little bit of a blur. We had a good bear season. Well, I did the math. I think we were over 120% honest opportunity
Now,
in bear season.
how is that possible?
We had multiple clients that had multiple opportunities. Unfortunately, we only were able to tag 4 bears.
We had a lot of missed opportunities this year in spring bear. A lot of misses.
Yes, 14 misses.
Hunting bears, you can always seem to, whether you're spotting them long distance or you're in tight on them, it just doesn't always happen. But
Right.
You're even seeing bears as you traverse in the vehicle back and forth. This country has a ton of bears. It's some of the better bear hunting in the country. There's some talk about it maybe going back to a 2-bear limit. I've heard that rumor on the streets. They just did those biologists just did the study last week or something like that. He come out and
Yeah, they did a little I guess presentation for
Yep.
the area, just kind of some of the information that they've kind of put together, and they found that there is a lot of bears.
Yeah, and we're getting like 70% of the calves and fawns are being ate up. Is that the correct number from the?
So yeah, about 70% of the ones that have been killed by predators.
Yeah, that the biologists know when they see a calf or a fawn killed, it's been killed by a bear.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And this place is thick, so we need bear hunters.
We do.
Yep. Our bear season cuts out right as the bears go to eating calves and fawns. And it goes in the rest of the state, some units, it drags on through that time.
Yeah, into
June 15th.
Honestly, you can watch the bears go from eating certain feeds to hunting in brush fields, searching, and they're covering lots of ground. You know exactly what they're doing, and you can tell as when you're guiding in glass and stuff, you're like, all right, there's fawns and calves dropping now for sure. And then our bear season goes out. We need bear hunters. We guided a youth hunter that we definitely need to tell that story.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Logan Goodwin's single-handedly keeping my guiding career alive right now. I was having trouble finding bears. Could find grizzly bears, mountain goats, all kinds of cool things. Was having trouble finding black bears. And Logan had found a nice bear, I think the week prior, that he wasn't going to be able to get to, or was just sick of hunting because he kept pulling the slip on him. My little guy, Easton, was a trooper that week. And, I mean, we had a great week hiking around, seeing lots of country. He could move. Him and his dad, no problems at all.
So, sorry to interrupt you there, but so Easton, how old was Easton?
12?
We'll explain this little kid a little bit. He shot in Las Vegas, and he's a youth world champ.
For archery?
Yes. They booked a hunt when we took over this place, and he brought his son out. So I give him Jay because I knew they were going to be very inquisitive. The kid was going to ask probably a ton of questions, and it takes a special guide to guide a 12-year-old to keep their attention into.
Yeah, and thankfully we did have Logan Tromboli
Yep.
as well. He helped out a lot. That was probably his first week kind of as an assistant guide, and he did great. He kept the attention of that little guy, kept him in the game the whole
Yep.
time.
Fire build and all kinds of. So you guys ended up harvesting a very nice bear.
Yep. But anyways, we glassed that bear up probably around 5 o'clock at like 600 yards. We're able to move around the ridge to it to get into a better position. We started closing distance, and the bear kept feeding out on this ridge. It turned into a circus of a yard sale packs and gear falling out of bags. And we set up on this bear maybe 4 or 5 times before we could actually get a shot off at it. Mainly because the bear would, we'd get set up, and then the bear would just kind of go over the ridge just a little bit where we couldn't get a shot on him. And we'd have to pick up packs, move down, grab Easton, get him set up. And a few times, we're telling him to shoot, and he wouldn't do anything. And eventually he just turns and looks at it. He's like, "Can I shoot now?" And we're like, we're about ready to pull our hair out, like, "Yes, please shoot this bear."
I guess he has earplugs in.
He had earmuffs on. He couldn't hear us the whole time, and we didn't even think of that at the time. But he shot that bear, square in the heart, plopped him down, and it was over right then and there. He was a stone cold killer, though. He was in it the entire time, and didn't really show a bit of emotion until after the fact, and which was great.
This country will always lend its hand to people that work hard like that.
Yep.
That kid will probably come back out and go slam town on something else because he works hard, to be honest with you. I truly believe that.
We do have some more openings in May available if anyone would want to come out and get their feet wet. It's one of the best ways to learn our country. So let's roll right into archery, because everyone's been waiting for numerous podcasts, and we're just going to roll into an introduction podcast of how it's all kind of been.
We're screwed.
Seriously. Jay and I have been in loser denial multiple times this year. I tell everybody, I'm like, make sure get Jay's guns unloaded. So, how was archery season, dude? Tell us about it.
Our archery season was good. I've been in elk just about every single day. Just couldn't put it together. We kept getting beat to our wind. Had a few mishaps between communication with the clients. Called some bulls in. Just never got any shots off.
Just a normal old archery season.
Yeah, my clients were from Wisconsin. They were awesome dudes. I had a really great week with them. We had a good first day. Got beat to our win. A bull responded really close in a spot I really didn't think. There wasn't going to be an elk down. Off the road from us, 80 yards, if that. And that bull come barreling in and just beat us to our win before we could do anything. We struggled a little bit midweek, having a hard time getting elk to respond and really getting into them.
How much locate bugling do you do?
Honestly, not a ton unless it's in the right place. I'm not running the ridge bugling my brains off. I ran into a lot of bugling and running this year.
You don't walk out to beautiful cliffs that overlook scenic valleys and bugle from them?
Not often, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I see that all the time. That's what they do on Instagram.
Right. And, it works in some units, but not this one.
No.
And then finally the last day, we had a little bit of action down to pretty much dark, and just kind of get a full commit. And
yeah. Oh, I remember those your guys, the one's feet were falling apart.
Yeah, his feet were absolutely trashed.
Dude was a trooper.
Yeah, it was a trooper. I was covering ground really well. Heck, we had multiple throw ups that week. One in my car.
Getting after it.
Yeah.
Freaking right. That's how you archery hunt. You go so hard you puke.
Yeah, if you don't puke, you're not going far enough.
Exactly. You come with that mentality, and I swear you won't go home unsatisfied.
Actually, you weren't the only one that got puke in their truck, because Jimmy's client, the youth hunter, he ate a giant burger and then he drank a giant milkshake because they were taking a break day, and Jimmy drove him up a really bad back road and the kid puked. So he was going at it really hard that week too, actually. But the wind messed up a lot of hunts.
Yeah, it was very windy that week. We even sat back and did some glassing a day or two just because the wind was swirling so much. Saw bulls and had some good game plans, but yeah.
I had the same thing in the backcountry.
Okay, so now back to the third week. How was your third week?
Third week, I was in elk quite a bit. Same sad story. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. If you bring a hoochie mama out here, I'm going to shoot you in the face. If you use it, I'm going to shoot you in the face twice.
Okay, I have to cut that out. But
no, leave that in there. If you want to bring anything, bring Zins for your guide and he'll like you. Don't bring a hoochie mama.
We ran into that a lot. A lot of clients came out this year wanting to call for themselves. And there's so many things about DIY and guided hunts where everyone says the guided hunt is the easy way out and
it's not.
Do the DIY thing. But really, if you're paying for a guided hunt, there are things that the guides know how to do correctly. And one of those things, especially in this camp, is they know how to do call setups correctly. So all we do is just ask the clients not to bring their own calls and not to try, because you could be really messing up your own hunt.
Yeah, from the time that you pull into the trailhead or wherever you're going in the morning, every move is honestly pre-thought. Your guide has been sitting there.
What do we say? We say trust the process.
Exactly, always. And it's done down to you're constantly looking at your clock to make sure that you hit certain points so that the thermals change at certain times. You're not going to make it. Everything is strategically done. So when something's thrown out, dude, it mind boggles me. I'm like, son of a gun, now I just made a peep. Someone made a noise from right here, and I didn't want to even let elk know that I was coming in from here yet.
Exactly.
Just lots of scenarios, lots. Calls are just a tool in the tool bag. They're not what an archery elk hunt is not based around the frickin' bugle tube. It's based around the bow and arrow that's in your hand. And you don't need a bugle tube. And it gets annoying sometimes with how much people emphasize on calling. And I love the call. I love to show off that I know how to call and things like that. But I'd just soon pack that tube around and beat the dew off the brush with it. And strategically get into places and things like that. And when you got someone blowing on the daggum hoochie mama when you don't know it, and they sound like crap anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
Will Primos.
Oh, Wilbur. Yeah, I have.
It's fucking marketing, man. I mean, that's what a lot of this is. I mean, especially with the huge wave of different things you can buy online and classes and courses and everything. It's all marketing. And if you think, yeah, I mean, it is good to have information and learn about it. But if 100,000 other dudes are getting the exact same information, it's going to change the game.
You're desensitizing the animal.
100%.
Yeah, it's what you do.
You're changing the game. I mean, you really are. And like you said, it's a tool, and it does help in the right certain situations. It's great.
Yeah, you have to understand the ball game from start to finish before you can just dive in at any point in time and try to play.
Yeah.
So I have a wild theory. I believe that they put down guiding and outfitting, and outfitters and guides are so dang dumb and lazy that they just followed into suit. But they've beefed up DIY and putting down outfitting and guiding so much because the only people that can debunk all the bull crap that is told to them from people selling product is guides and outfitters, because they spend the most times in the woods. And once they make them look bad, and that's not a system that anybody needs to go through, and they don't know what they're doing, now they can feed you whatever bullcrap they want, and you will buy and try and sell and buy and just go on and go on and go on.
It's a business, I mean, plain and simple. That's what we were seeing, in the last 10 years with the, expandables and the lighter, faster setups, and especially in the whitetail woods. I mean, if you watch any of the Outdoor Channel or anything, what are they doing? They're throwing products down your throat.
Yeah. While most outfits had a fixed blade only thing. The whole rest of the industry is shoving mechanicals down your throat.
Which, mechanicals aren't the devil, and in certain situations they work great. But
if you have a 32-inch draw length, then
hunting is hunting and business is business. So who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the people on each commercial making money off of the product that they're endorsing, or are you going to trust the people that are making money off of killing animals?
There's some really bad businesses out there, though, as well.
Yeah,
Well,
you got to watch. Outfitters get all businessy.
We know a lot of outfitters that are all about business, but at the end of the day, this outfit is only going to book hunts if we can produce animals, which is the sad truth because we have been producing honest opportunities. But in archery season right now, I've gotten so many text messages and calls. How many bulls have you killed?
It's a sad truth.
Well, we killed 4 bulls. We had X amount of clients in camp this season. We had this many opportunities, though. We had a couple wounds, which eats at all of us. It's kind of sad that that's what they're focusing on. How many people have rebooked with you? How many people enjoyed their time? What's the story?
Not when you have all the influencers showing pictures of them packing out and all these elk racks. Yeah. And it's unrealistic. Those dudes aren't hunting. Yeah, they might be hunting public land. That's what they'll tell you. But it's a special draw that they've been putting in for.
Yeah. Some of them are really, really, really good hunters, and and they do that, and that's their brand is themselves. And to an extent, it's almost selfish in a way, where they're making it. So that's where everyone thinks, well, I need to be like that. I need to do this. And
unless you got $12,000, it's unrealistic for you to think that you're going to honestly go out if you truly believe that in 6 days you're going to try to kill a 12 or 15-year-old bull and you've never archery elk hunted in your life. That it's just, you should go out there and be like, I'm going to take as much learning as I can, and if I can make it happen, I can. And if I can't, I can't. I'm going to just consume knowledge.
Right. I mean, typically our return clients are the ones that are killing because they have a better expectation and a reality of what it's actually like, and they're able to capitalize on the opportunities better because of it.
Let's face it, when you come out here for the first time, it is shock and awe for your body and your brain and everything.
And to start with, if you're going to be an archery elk hunter, I've seen a bunch of people come and go as clients and guides, and if you don't want to suffer, archery elk hunting's probably not your game. If you don't like to just get after it, and I don't know how to say it any other way.
If you're not willing to die for it, then archery sucks. Yeah. I mean, plain and simple.
You are going to sweat. You are going to have a backpack grinding on you, and it is a mile game. Sure, you can sit, and sometimes that works, but the highest percentage on a 6-day hunt is covering max amount of ground and trying to get in their face, and that's bottom line. And if you're not willing to come and get after it, it's going to be a struggle. You're going to find all these things that we've talked about. You're going to find little excuses for everything. A while it's not happening. No, it's not like this. It's not like that. And then you talk to one of our clients, and they hike their brains out, and they're like, it's amazing. We got into bulls. We had elk all over us. Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 days of nothing, but those 3 of super good paid off. And some of the days you don't feel like hiking. You want to just sit there. Sometimes it's hard for me to go as a guide day in and day out. So don't think that as a client that you're the only one suffering. The guide is also.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. You just get used to the pain.
Yeah, it's a hard animal to kill.
Yeah.
Freaking tough. I hate them. I love them in archery season, and by the end of archery season, I'm ready to get out death sticks and shoot at them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know guys that grind out archery season the entire month. And sometimes, some years they're successful within the first week. Sometimes they're going out to the very last day of the season, still grinding away and trying to make it happen. And they're good hunters. They really are. But that's just the reality of it. Opportunities are hard to come by no matter where you are.
And we're not saying this to scare anyone. There's outfits that can accommodate all kinds of people. But with us, this year, we had amazing clients, just for the fact that we've never sugarcoated anything. I have to say, this is the first year we did not send anyone home early unless they had already planned to go home early. No one sat back at camp. 1 or 2 clients kind of take a day break and then get right back into it.
No, and it was very smart of them that did that. There's no way that you can archery elk hunt and not go 100%. Maybe we're too extreme on it, but if someone pays me money, I'm giving them an honest day's wages, and I'm going to work myself to death whether you paid me to rake leaves or rake in bulls.
Yep.
Don't matter. We're going to go until you can't go no more. And that's the way all the guides go about it. So, but rationally thinking about, think about that. You paid someone for a service, and then you get upset that they went too hard. They worked too hard for you.
If you're not ready to go home and go back to work to get a break, then we didn't hunt.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Honestly, it's suffer 6 weeks. I love it. I love I miss it already. Son of a gun, it's over.
So if you can't tell, we're targeting the clients that want to suffer with us. We have a couple more spots next year in archery season, but we did have 80% rebook rate this year, so the spots are dwindling fast.
If those guys, they want to experience a true mountain adventure, come on, let's do it.
We hunt from daylight till dark.
I promise to you, even if you don't have a chance at one, you will not go home unsatisfied that you didn't give max effort. I don't know how some of these places, they tell me that they went back and ate at lunchtime. I could look back in almost every bull that's been shot through this hunting outfit, most of them in archery season, is when elk go to bed. You're not hunting elk in their bed in archery season. It's crazy because they spend 70% of their day in their bed. So trying to hunt them in transition it's brutal.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't keep up with them half the time. You got to let them get to their bed or to catch up back up with them. I want to say we got a free draw Schrock. He's probably going to prison soon once that whole thing gets settled.
Oh yeah, we should tell that story. We've got all kinds of stories. We've just been so busy we got to takes a while to remember them.
I know.
Yeah, when we were run over by the semi truck.
Yep.
Bear hunting. Yep, that's another little teaser of stories that's coming. Yep.
So we're going to have to wrap this up.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody out there that listens to us and everybody that helped a hand on this lodge. I'm forever entitled to you guys. Thank you very much. And we're all going to sing Happy Trails again. Happy Trails to you. Come on, everybody now.
All right. This is us over